Hey guys, so as you know, well, actually you don't know, that I'm a huge fan of outer space, especially the solar system. That is what we're going to be doing in today's video. I want to change up my topics, and in the future I'm going to do more like this, but individually. But we're going to talk about our solar system today. Explain to you what our solar system actually is. Our solar system consists of comets, asteroids, and dwarf planets, and the 8 planets. Well, we're going to talk about what the sun is. The sun is the star at the center of our solar system. The sun is bigger and more massive than all the planets and other objects combined. The sun is so big, you can fit 1 million Earths inside it, or all the solar system objects inside. The sun has really strong gravity. It keeps all the objects in orbit around it. The sun is so hot, but that's the reason why there's life on Earth. Our first planet is Mercury. Mercury is the smallest planet in our solar system and the closest one to our sun. Mercury is one of 4 planets with Venus, Earth, and Mars. They're all planets with rocky solid surface compositions. They're called the terrestrial planets. It doesn't have a very thick atmosphere. It has an exosphere that only keeps its temperatures up to 800 degrees. So it's very hot in the sun and very cold at night, which makes it the second hottest planet. Compared to our Earth, it is very, very small. Mercury is a lot like our moon because it's small and has craters, but it's larger than our moon. After Mercury is Venus. Venus is the second planet from our sun and the hottest planet in our solar system. Venus has a surface that looks pretty, but it's a nightmare. Venus is also known as Earth's sister because they're similar in mass, gravity, and size. Mercury and Venus are very similar because they're both the hottest planets in the solar system and they don't have any moons. It has the thickest atmosphere in the solar system. It's made of carbon dioxide and sulfuric acid clouds. Venus is one of 3 planets in our solar system that rotate in retrograde along with Pluto and Uranus. After Venus, we actually might know very, very well. Earth. The Earth is the 3rd planet from our sun and the 5th largest planet in the solar system. We have 1 moon, which is the moon. Earth's atmosphere is nitrogen and oxygen, and the rest is just other gases. The Earth supports life, and it has humans and a bunch of animals on it. Earth has oceans, which covers 90% of its surface. Next planet from the solar system after Earth is Mars. Mars is the red planet in our solar system, and it's the 4th planet from our sun. Mars is the 2nd smallest planet in the solar system after Mercury, but it does have a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and oxygen. In fact, if Venus swapped places with Mars, Mars would be only 90 degrees Fahrenheit. It is larger than Mercury, but smaller than our Earth. But Mars is very similar to Earth in some ways. We can live on there because it might have water, ice, and there might be a way to live on there with some special equipment. Phobos and Deimos are the 2 moons of Mars. They're probably captured asteroids from the asteroid belt because they're not large and round. They're small and irregular shaped. After Mars, in between Mars and Jupiter, there's an asteroid belt. The asteroid belt is a ring filled with asteroids that go around the sun. In fact, if we combined the mass of all the asteroids in the asteroid belt, it'd be less than the mass of our moon. On the asteroid belt is Jupiter, the 5th planet from the sun. Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system. You can fit 1,321 Earths inside Jupiter. Jupiter is one of 4 planets with Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, which are all gassy balls with no rocky surface and they have a bunch of moons, and they all have rings. They're called the Jovian planets. Jupiter has hydrogen and helium. Jupiter has 95 moons. We're just going to talk about the Galilean 4. Ganymede is the largest moon in the solar system, and it's bigger than Mercury. Europa might have an internal ocean with life. Io is covered with active volcanoes. Callisto is slightly smaller than Mercury, and it's covered in craters. Saturn and Jupiter are the two main gas giants of the solar system. The sixth planet from the sun is Saturn. This planet we obviously know for its rings, and it's the second largest in the solar system. Compared to our planet, which is the densest, Saturn is the least densest. Saturn has the most moons of all, 146. But just like Jupiter, we're not going over all of them. We're just going to go over the exciting ones. Saturn's largest moon, Titan, might have an internal ocean that supports life, and it's the only moon with a substantial atmosphere. Saturn's second largest moon, Rhea, might have 3 rings. Enceladus is the exciting moon because the Cassini spacecraft found water vapor geysers blasting into space. The moon might have an internal ocean on it, which means there can be life. So Enceladus and Titan both have internal oceans that can support life. Next is the coldest and 7th planet from the sun, Uranus. Uranus is the 3rd largest planet in the solar system. It rotates in retrograde with Venus and Pluto, and it spins on its side. Uranus has 13 rings around it. Uranus is smaller than Saturn and Jupiter, but larger than Neptune and Earth. Uranus and Neptune are special gas giants, ice giants. Freezing cold gas giant planets which have the gases of Saturn and Jupiter, but they have heavier gases such as water, methane, and ammonia. Uranus has 28 moons, but just like the others, I'm only going over the 2 largest. Titania is the largest moon of Uranus. Oberon is the 2nd largest moon of Uranus. And then the next planet is Neptune, the final and farthest planet from the sun. Neptune is more massive than Uranus, but smaller. Neptune is larger than the Earth, but smaller than all the other gas giants. So, Neptune is the 4th largest planet in the solar system. Neptune has 16 moons, but just like the others, we're going to go over its largest moon. Triton is Neptune's largest moon with icy volcanoes. It's the only moon of Neptune to orbit backwards in retrograde. And that is probably because, just like Pluto, it could be a dwarf planet that got captured by Neptune's gravity. And you may think I didn't remember someone. Pluto. Pluto was the 9th planet for 76 years, but now it's a dwarf planet. The reason is because it's tiny compared to all the other planets in the solar system. Pluto is the largest of the dwarf planets, though. It does have 5 moons, more than all the terrestrial planets' moons combined. The largest of the 5 moons are Charon, which is half the size of Pluto. And because of that, Pluto and Charon are called a dwarf planet that's binary. But the rest of the moons, like Kerberos, Hydra, Styx, and Nix, are oddly shaped and tiny. And many people might not know will be Eris or Eris. Eris used to be the 10th planet in our solar system, but now it's a dwarf planet like Pluto. Eris is the most massive dwarf planet, but the 2nd largest after Pluto. It has 1 moon, Dysnomia, which is very large compared to Eris, just like Pluto and Charon. And beyond Neptune, we have the Kuiper Belt. The Kuiper Belt is home to many dwarf planets, asteroids, and comets. And beyond the Kuiper Belt, we have the scattered disk. In the scattered disk, you can find dwarf planets and comets. And then beyond the scattered disk is the Oort cloud. The Oort cloud is filled with millions of comets and a few dwarf planet candidates. That is our solar system. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. Bye.